The red car there, mid-screen with the wobbly wing, and yeah, you're right. He's got the Craig Dolby Anderlecht car, second place in race 1, stuck behind him, but it shouldn't take Dolby too long to pass him.
So Beijing,
he crashed in race 1. Borja Garcia, quite experienced driver, and I'm just hearing a car go into the pits.
And the pit window, of course, is open now.
Somebody stopping early.
Saw quite a few different strategies in race 1. Some people stopping right near the end of the window. Most of them around about lap 11. And here Liverpool FC. New set of tyres. Now they stopped early in the first.
Yes, they did.
Same strategy, and it worked for them before.
It's the race 1 winner. He stopped early.
And
not a quick stop. This
is not. They're losing time here.
They look calm, but yeah, the driver doesn't look calm. He's starting to get anxious. But there seemed to be a problem at the back of that car. He was running at the tail of the field anyway after winning race 1. But there we are with our top 10 on your screen, with Beijing leading. Davide Rigon. He's put another second on the pack on that lap. He's 9.5 seconds in front now. Done a fantastic job on these half dozen laps since the safety car went in. Yeah, and just done his quickest lap, has the quickest lap of the race. 39.1. He's done the same lap time, 2 laps running, so we'll wait for the others to come through. Here's the second place Roma car, Toccacello, see what lap time he can do with clear air. He did a 40 dead, he's a second off the pace, so Beijing looking strong, everyone else in the 40s as they go through.
Rigon's got a fair bit of race winning form, won the Euro Formula 3000 Championship last year. Only 22 years old. We've got another one in the pits.
3 more in the pits.
3 coming together.
One of them's the Eindhoven car, Dolby, and the Anderlecht car, Dolby. The Eindhoven car is also stopping, so both of the Belgian teams.
Right. Here's that pit stop, the Eindhoven car. New set of tyres go on. Rattle guns go off. Got the. Well, there's the FC Porto car, and that looked a pretty good stop.
That was a quick start. He's gained a place, because he wasn't the first car into the pits of those 3. But
at the moment, Beijing have moved into a 10-second lead over AS Roma. See how long it takes before he pops into the pits. It is mandatory, they don't have to put any fuel in. There is Dornbos in the AC Milan car. 22 minutes remaining. Dornbos under a little bit of pressure though on Olympiakos.
Yeah, that's a close pack. There's 4 very close to
and Olympiakos. We haven't talked much about this young man from Denmark, Kasper Andersen. He's doing a very good job. A lot of good racing drivers from a small country.
Yeah, he's quite new into it. He's not been in the car that long, and going well. Didn't get that good a drive off there, so Dornbos has got a bit of a breathing space. We've got Italian teams or drivers in 1, 2, 3 at the minute, because the Beijing car, although it's a Chinese team, the driver is Italian, and the next 2 squads are Italian. So we need the Brits to dig in and do something about that. Just pitting in there is the Borussia Dortmund car that finished second in race 1.
And they had a problem when they made their pit stop in race 1. And Paul Meyer told me between the 2 races that you have to press a button first. The button wouldn't go in, he said, whether that was his nerves or not.
Yeah, good stop by Tottenham.
Yeah. Some of these race teams have made pit stops in other formula, they're used to it. They practice it back in the workshops. Yeah. But of course, when the pressure's really on, it's more difficult.
Exactly.
It's like getting that putt, isn't it, when you've got a championship?
You tend to rush, and the key is to stay calm and just be methodical, and you tend to rush and get all fingers and thumbs. So the leader comes out towards the end of the lap to start another lap. Is he going to pit? The pit entrance is at the end of this straight. I think he's going round again.
We've just had a very quick lap from the car down in 16th place, Atletico Madrid. Yeah. With a 37.3, fastest lap of the race. He's got a lot of work to do.
Liverpool also has done a 37.3, and the last two cars are the quickest two cars. Now they can't have put slicks on. It's too wet.
No, there is a bit of a dry line.
I'm going to have a look to see if anyone has done that.
And these V12 engines, you don't have many V12 engines in racing these days. Of course, Ferrari famous for their V12 motors. There's a particular shrill sound about a V12, and these motors sound absolutely magnificent. They are very, very loud. It's definitely an earplugs era for Superleague Formula. Back just the concrete works behind there, and they shovel all the gravel onto the great big barges that go along just behind the race circuit here. Beijing just had their lead pegged back a little bit. It's now down to 11.9 seconds. AC Rover still on the chase.
Remember, most of these leaders, none of the leaders have stopped yet.
No.
We've got the two cars at the rear of the field, Liverpool and Madrid have stopped, and none of the first six have yet stopped.
Olympiacos coming under pressure from Sevilla, and a good battle going on between those two. There you see them right on screen. Olympiacos with the young Dane Casper Anderson on board. And Sevilla, of course, with Borja Garcia. That's the 13th through 18th. Of course, the Corinthians car, Pitsonia, already in the gravel. Some lap times, quite a quick time from Dolby last time in the RSC Anderlecht car. He's moved up to 10th place, and cars coming in, two of them in now, and there the number 10 car, FC Basel, young Max Wissel, continue on his way.
Sevilla's what the first one.
Yep.
The second one's the one with the broken wing. It's the Flamengo Brazilian team.
Yep.
The black and red car at the top of the picture, that needs a new nose on, so we'll see when that car stops. They should change the front nose and the wheels.
Just a little bit droopy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's completely detached. You see when it goes over a bump,
right.
you'll see it wobble, or you'll probably see it when they take the nose cone off. Not that car, the other one.
And there he just
so
comes past us,
It's just straight forward.
And Beijing has now increased his lead to 13 seconds.
He's flying.
Back to the racetrack.
He was running at the front earlier in this race. We're back with the leader here, Beijing Rigon, and front tyre looked a funny shape. It looked a lot of. I'm just looking at the left front as we look at it. It's got a very sort of angular wear on it, as if he's running a lot of camber. Anyway,
he's definitely running a lot of camber. It's the leaning of the tyres.
Yeah, it almost looks like he's wearing the tyre.
Yeah, just explain camber. And there's lots of things you can adjust on a suspension, but
basically everything on these cars is adjustable. The camber is, as you look at the front wheel there, it's not perpendicular; it's leaning in, which obviously helps the car generate more grip. And into the pits is the second place, as we're looking at him, second place runner. AS Roma Toccacello. So this is a key pit stop for this race. He's got a chance to close some of the gap if his team do a good job. The leader continuing, Beijing, on lap 14, so he's got to stop some point in the next 6 laps. They must stop before lap 20.
Another car that's very much on the charge now is the PSV Eindhoven car. Just looking at the timing screen, he's got a couple of cars in his sights, I think.
Yeah, that's Berman, Jelmer Berman, already a race winner. One of the ones I tipped to be quick. So here's the Roma car. It's out of second place. And they'll be hoping for a clean change. Yeah, they're quick. Car's already down on the ground. The left rear's good. That's a really good stop.
And you see how all the mechanics raise their arm, and then the man with the board flips it over, and off they go.
Knows when to release them out. It is starting to dry is the wrong word. It's not started to dry, but it's started to become less wet on line. If you look at where the car, that's not the best shot for that, but
all the time he's increasing his lead. But of course the Roma car has been in.
So we need to wait for the conclusion of this lap to see what the true gap is. And there's AC Milan, who will inherit second place at the end of this lap. Dornbos.
Just wondering if the Beijing car is hanging on to see if it is dry enough for slicks.
Possibly,
it's not raining anymore. There's a bit of a dry line, but we've still got some spots of rain on the lens. No, I don't think it's possible.
Too much water, no. There's too much water for slicks. And those cars that you remarked on a couple of laps ago, Andrew, that came out and did 30s, they were in the 37s. Their times have dropped off now. They've